Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The General Hospital, GH. Spoilers for Monday, March 25 show that Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, became enraged at the thought of Jason making a bargain when Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, gave up his right to an attorney's presence during his conversation with John Jagger Cates, Adam Harrington. Chase wanted to visit Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, so Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, accompanied him to G8 and eventually convinced him to calm down. Chase appreciated all of Brooklyn's help, but he was still in search of answers. Jason gave himself in, and Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, and Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, learned about it. Even though Liz was unsure of what to believe or say to Jake Weber, Hudson West, Willow acknowledged that she didn't think Jason was responsible for Don's ordeal. After Elizabeth returned home, she discovered Jake yelling at Aiden Weber, Enzo De Angelis, and the two of them sitting down to talk about Jason. Liz was unsure if Jason would end up behind bars, but Jake was adamant that his father be put behind bars so they could all resume behaving as though he had never existed. Jake was about to march off when Elizabeth stopped him and expressed her sincere regret for what he was going through. Since Jake didn't want to offend Aiden when he had gone off on him earlier, he calmed down and apologized to him. John questioned Jason in the interrogation room again at the PCPD, demanding explanations for everything that had occurred. It was crucial to finish the story before Anna Devane, also known as Finola Hughes, arrived. Jason vowed to clear the air by handing himself in and claimed he wasn't accountable for what had happened to Dante. John became enraged over the evidence against Jason and threatened to expose him after he was seen on camera. Jason implied that the extraction crew must have taken Hamish's body after summarizing the entire incident with Dante and Hamish, Chris Gann, on the pier. The fact that Jason hadn't called him or followed the correct procedure irritated John. Rather, Jason made a 911 call before taking off. Before Nick could catch up with him on the bridge, John pressed Jason to acknowledge that he was at Carly Spencer's, Laura Wright, apartment, but Jason never did. In addition to declining to provide any information about them or the location of their hiding place, Jason would not say who had expertly dressed his wound. John brought up the fact that Jason might lose if he killed Dante, but Jason believed Dante could still make a full recovery. Jason had best hope so, an irate John explained. Jason had been in that organization for 2.5 years thanks to the FBI. They would have to use their leverage if they had nothing to show for it, and John was convinced Jason didn't want that. At Bobby's, Tabiana Alley's character Trina Robinson was aloof around Eden McCoy's character Jocelyn Jacks, who insisted on getting her to hang out and share feelings. Since Trina was aware of how much Jason meant to Jocelyn and Carly, she eventually acknowledged that he was the issue. Trina questioned Jocelyn about her understanding, asking if it had crossed her mind that Jason might have been the one to fire at Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner. Jocelyn stood up for Jason, but Trina hinted that perhaps she wasn't as familiar with him as she believed. After Trina confided in Stella Henry, Vernie Watson, about her feelings of being largely numb following the death of Spencer Cassadine, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, Stella suggested that perhaps Trina might come up with a unique way to honor him. Trina recognized she needed to find a way to come to terms with Spencer's grave when she saw it in the cemetery. Though it was difficult with Spencer's aura all around her, Trina knew she had to make an effort to say goodbye before she drowned as well. After Jason turned himself in, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, told Jocelyn back at Bobby's that Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, had cautioned him not to get his hopes up regarding bail. Later, when Jocelyn chatted with Stella, the latter assisted her in seeing that Trina was going through a lot and only required a little distance. Michael told Willow that Jason had handed himself in when they were back at the hospital. Jason made it plain to Willow that they had to keep quiet as well after promising not to notify the police on their involvement. We'll give you our predictions for all the turmoil that lies ahead for Jason, because General Hospital spoilers indicate that he will face more difficulties in the future. Become your go-to source for exciting General Hospital news, spoilers, and predictions by making CDL Tuesday, March 26th episode of General Hospital GH indicate that Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, may need to reschedule her wedding to Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, due to Gregory Chase's, Gregory Harrison, quickly worsening symptoms. For a little while, Chase will worry that Brooke Lynn wants to postpone the wedding, but she might be adamant about wanting to move it forward. If Brooke Lynn wants to make sure Gregory is present and able to have fun, they may believe the ceremony should take place sooner rather than later. Since Gregory will be slurring his speech and having trouble walking, there might also be questions about whether he will be able to continue serving as an officiant. Gregory will occasionally become enraged and yell at someone to back off, although his frustration with the circumstance can be greater than anything else. Laura Collins, Ginny Francis, in the meantime, will speak with Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, and ostensibly confess that she finds it difficult to accept that Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, is responsible for the acts that some people are accusing him of. Curtis may acknowledge that he doesn't think Jason put him in the wheelchair during his discussion of what happened and what didn't, in his perspective. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, will be motivated to visit Jason at the police station after learning that he turned himself in. Carly won't listen to Adam Harrington's character John Jagger Cates when he obstructs her path and tells her she can't accomplish that. We'll be watching for updates on how the police handle Carly when she eventually shows up at the PCPD and asks to see Jason. To discuss Jason and the status of their own relationship, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, will visit Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, in the interim. Michael will question whether forgiveness is included in Sonny's assertion that everything is possible. It's possible that Sonny won't be able to get over Michael's betrayal and will still be furious at his presumptions regarding Jason's culpability. As she comforts Sonny, Alva Jerome, Maura West, will maintain her relationship with him. Sonny will be glad to have Ava as a support system because he is currently juggling a lot. Jason may make a false confession in the questioning room because Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, would ask if he fired at Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zemprovna. But Anna will insist that Jason answer her questions honestly. Anna will argue that Jason needs to be honest with her if she has any chance of helping. Based on our predictions, Tuesday's GH episode will startle Anna. Will she discover that Jason and John have a plan? According to General Hospital spoilers, Anna will eventually get that amazing news, so be sure to watch the ABC soap opera. Visit CDL frequently for more General Hospital information, as they will have fantastic spoilers, predictions, news, and updates. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.